Happy day, happy day. Listen, I want you to take some time right now, close your eyes, and imagine your mind as a plot of land. Just look at your mind as being an open field, just full, and you can see it as long as you can see. There's no buildings, just a plot of land. Now, every thought plants a seed which grows into opportunity or obstacle. I want you to picture your mind right now. What are you growing there? Are you growing flowers or weeds? Now, keep that image in your mind as we talk about how the mindset alone builds the foundation of success. Now, I used to believe achievement meant checking all the boxes, the right education, the right job, the titles, the accomplishments by a certain age. Now, I strived and struggled as a go getter, listen, an overachiever, yet felt like I was watering weeds. No matter how hard I worked, anxiety, self doubt, and frustration choked my growth until one day it hit me. I need to cultivate the environment first, or those nasty, unruly weeds will keep popping up. And my land full would just be full of weeds. Now, I'm a country girl. I'm from the South. And when I was growing up, we lived off the land. We had a huge garden. It required a lot of work. I mean, a lot of work. But weeds in a garden can grow as quickly as the crop themselves. Removing the weeds, it takes so much work. It is such a significant task. It requires the effort of pulling them up. First, you have to get up early in the morning, then pull them up. My sister and I, that was our task as little girls growing on up until high school, was removing the weeds. Now, the key to removing these weeds are when you take the weeds, you take your hand and you pull it up. Now, a lot of people will just break the weeds so it looks like it's up, but the root is still in the ground. So when you break it, that particular weed will continue to grow because of the root system. But the key to pulling up the weeds is you must pull the weed up from the root. So that means you have to dig down and dirty to do the work. Get your hand in the ground, in that dirt, and grab that root and pull it out of the ground. Now, when you pull that root out of the ground, that particular weed will never grow again because the root system is taken up. Now, this is so important to make sure because what happens is when the weed is there, it takes all the nutrients that the crop is supposed to get. It takes it away and it either makes the crop weakened or sometimes it could kill the crop because we have to make sure that the weeds are removed. Listen, you want to make sure if you're taking the time to have these crops, you want to make sure that they are healthy. Now, we would get up early in the morning before the sun came out because it was really hot during the day. The early hours of the morning is so crucial to make sure that you take care of what you have to take care of. before the sun is beating you, before other obstacles of the day. It keeps you from taking care of your business. It keeps you from going out and pulling those weeds. You get confused, like, what am I supposed to do? It's not on my schedule. You have to pull these weeds. So the best thing to do is to do it first thing in the morning. It is so important to pull these weeds. That's the same way it is important to start our day with the right mindset. Instead of thinking negative, we need to go in early in the morning and pull off those negative thoughts, because what it's going to do is going to crowd our growth. It's going to crowd our growth mindset, just like the weeds would do with the crop. It will either smother it or it will kill it. So you want to make sure that you're starting your day off that way. Now, here's the truth. When we look at it as in the big scope and scheme of things, external success means nothing without internal stability beneath it. We admire the figures, the celebrities, or whomever. We admire all of these people who attain the wealth. They have the fame and the status. But broken minds wither without spiritual nourishment, like peace, purpose, positivity. Have you ever seen celebrities that spiral publicly? Think about that. Yes, I know you have someone in your mind already. Because from the public's eye, these celebrities have won the game. They've gotten the status. They have the money. They have the material things, the big house, the lush cars, the fancy pocketbooks, and awesome clothes. They have everything. We think they won, but yet they lost their internal self. They lost their internal grounding. So think of the mind as a prime real estate. Will you develop it or allow faulty thinking to build toxic structures on that prime real estate? Without any fluent influence, our minds automatically tend to focus on the negative. It's just pre-programmed that way. So this is a natural instinct that helps us as humans survive by making us aware of potential dangers. So that's how our mind is set in the negative. It is for us to guard us and to make sure that we're fine. And, we have that reflex, oh, there's danger. But those natural weeds like negative thinking, victimhood, and scarcity, it robs us of our joy and our potential in these modern times. Now, the good news, is there good news? Yes, there's always good news. We can literally reprogram our mental landscape with conscious cultivation. It's just like the garden. We have to till the soil. We have to fertilize it. We have to cultivate it. We can reprogram our minds no matter what you've been through, no matter how you was brought up in your childhood, what offenses was against you. It does not matter. Just like a computer, you can reprogram your mind. Now, in statistics, the new brain science, it shows that skills like controlling emotions, being strong in tough times, and having a positive self-image directly lead to success in careers. We have to get there and stay there. It's like taking good care of your inner self to do well in your job. So many people think about the external, the outside, but that's not what makes you successful. It's your inner self. Now, here are 3 crops I encourage you to sow daily in your mind's garden. The first crop is gratitude. Now, gratitude fertilizes the soil by redirecting from lack to abundance. Start a thankful journey, like your thankfulness, and write down at least three things that you are thankful for. Do that every day. Just, I can guarantee you that list will grow and grow. Now, water seeds of apprehension in relationships, business, and health, but reflect on the small joys, both the extraordinary and the everyday blessings that contribute to your well being and happiness. Sometimes it's the little things. Once you start thinking about the little things that you're thankful for, then you just realize, oh my goodness, I have so much to be thankful for. Have that journal, use it every day, and I guarantee you, you will see so much joy and happiness coming from that. Now, another crop that we need to plant in our mental garden is self-compassion. Self-compassion, it crowds out fears, weeds by quietening our inner critic. You know, the most problems we have is not with other people, it's within ourselves. That inner critic. We are so hard on ourselves. When we make mistakes, we dwell on the embarrassment, but change your mindset. Dwell on the lessons, not the embarrassment. Just be nice to yourself. Being nice to yourself, it helps to stop the fear, the negative thoughts inside your head. When you're kind to yourself, it's like getting rid of the mean thoughts. You know, in school, you had the mean girls or the mean boys. You get rid of those thoughts in your head that make you scared. This makes it so much easier to deal with the challenges, and it makes you feel better about yourself. Talk to yourself as to a nurturing friend with kindness and not condemnation. What would you say to a friend that's going through the same thing that you're going through? Just take that advice for yourself. Have that type of grace for yourself. Be compassionate to yourself instead of being harsh and so hard on yourself and focusing on the negative and the embarrassment and I can't do this and I can't do that. Now, here's some examples because it's so important to think positive things, but it's also important to remind yourself and to change your mindset and have these affirmations that you say on a daily basis to keep those negative thoughts away. So, here's some examples of some affirmations. It's okay not to be perfect. Everyone has their challenges. I acknowledge my feelings and give myself the space to learn and grow. I am a work in progress, and that's perfectly fine. Mistakes are opportunities for growth and learning. I choose to focus on the lessons I've gained. Every challenge I face is a chance to become stronger and wiser. So just take some time and have that positive thinking every day to help you stay on track. Now, another crop that we need to focus on daily is possibility thinking. Thinking about possibilities is like training your creative mind to stretch beyond the problems, and it helps you find solutions. Now, Ask yourself, what if? And leave space for surprises and things you don't know. Being flexible helps your ideas grow better. So try this exercise. Try having an imagination of a child. Now, do you remember when you was a child and how your imagination, you could think of this and that? There was no limits. I can be Superman and I can fly over the buildings, and your mind will just continue to grow and grow and grow. And the more ideas you had, the more possibilities came. Do you remember those days? Okay, let's get back there. Having the imagination of a child, it comes with several advantages. First, it promotes creativity, along allowing for the development of innovative ideas and solutions to problems. Now, children's imaginations are boundless, encouraging a sense of wonder and curiosity that can lead to continuous learning. Also, an imaginative mindset promotes open mindedness and flexibility. We're so busy in reality that we close our mind. But as children are more willing to explore new possibilities and perspectives. It also enhances communication skills. As children, they often express themselves creatively through storytelling and play. You can hear them saying, I can take this bus and I can lift it up and I'm going to throw it over there and I'm going to mess up the bad guys and I'm going to take this and walk on water. And they're just so creative. So they're communicating their creativity, and it builds. And the more they're creating, the more their mind continues to broaden. So overall, embracing the imaginative spirit of a child, it brings so much joy, innovation, and a fresh approach to your world. Give it a try. Now, taking care of your mind every day is like growing a mental garden that boosts external success. You owe it to yourself to focus positive, to use these tips. Now, the best part, your inner world also thrives when you focus on this mental garden. When it thrives, you'll feel so good no matter what happens. After all, isn't long lasting happiness the real measure of prosperity? Hmm, let's think about that. Let these ideas seed a vibrant mindset garden, bearing fruits beyond your dreams. Pull out those weeds from the roots that hinder your bold growth into your highest potential. May your flourishing landscape nourish all who encounter it. Thrive on, thrive on. You deserve it. What will you choose to grow in your mind's garden today? How will you water the seeds of gratitude, self compassion, and possibility thinking? Can you envision the flourishing landscape awaiting you that inspires you and that inspires others? Thank you for your time. I'm Sheila C. Hill from The Sheila C. Hill Show.